Hello! Disclaimer, this is probably the only hair change video I've ever made that almost resulted in tears. The ending of all my previous hair changes were like, this is the result, I am so happy. This one, it's different, and that's all I will say for now. But please do not blame the hairstylist. If there's anyone to blame, it is most likely me, per usual. It is currently like 2 or 3 a.m. I needed my natural hair for like an event thing. So I waited 6 months for this event, and after it was over, I would finally be able to dye my hair. The thing is, that event got delayed because I have the best luck in the world. So basically, this meant that I had to wait a few more months to be able to attend this event and then dye my hair. I had already planned this out so that I would be able to dye my hair before the New Year's, and I was looking forward to that a lot. So this absolutely crushed me. At that point, when my mom told me this, I cried and I decided, you know what? This. I'm just gonna dye my hair. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. If all else fails, I have black spray paint. I can just get rid of it. No one will even notice a thing. They'll just think I don't shower. And I can live with that. What I cannot live with is looking like the most basic Asian boy who probably takes computer science. So the hair dye I decided to get was like a skunk hair color, which is basically, from what I've seen, usually just stripes of black and white. It's kind of similar to what I wanted to do in my previous video. My previous dyeing video, I wanted Draculaura kind of hair, like pink and black stripes. But the lady doing it didn't really follow what I asked her to do. She did like 2 pink big stripes here, and I liked it, but I really still want to do like the stripes. So this time we're going to a different hair salon and we're gonna see what happens. So at 9:30 a.m., I rolled myself out of bed and contemplated my drip for the day. I thought about wearing contact lenses, but I decided I wanted the blind experience of having a hair change done with only this as my visual aid until the very end. I feel like there were a lot of warning signs about the hair change before this. My phone broke, first of all, my event got cancelled last minute, and finally, we couldn't even leave the house for a few minutes because the keys to the gate weren't working. Against all odds, however, we got onto the car and drove all the way to the salon. Now, I had what I wanted planned out already, this type of style except with greyish colors changed to a champagne kind of gold. I was super excited to look like a skunk so I can repel everyone within a 5-meter radius. This was my first time at this salon, and turns out the uncle working here did my mom and dad's hair regularly about a decade ago. And they're not bald yet, so I had high hopes for this one. We started off by trimming the back a bit because my hair grows too fast for my own liking, and I enjoy the feeling of prickling my hand with 1,000 spikes because my hair is too thick. Then he started spraying me, and I don't know if it's because I had hair drier than the coochie of Ben Shapiro's wife, but it felt like he was pouring a whole tsunami on me. At my last salon, the lady just sprayed water moderately, but in this one, I could feel it dripping down my neck. I was about to drown. Then we moved on to bleaching, and I am not a stranger to that, no. I already had my first bleaching experience in the pink hair video, and overall, it was just an agonizing wait. This time though, I had my mom with me for company, and the bleach somehow didn't smell like roadkill. So that was great. Also, obviously with age and experience, the uncle was confident in his moves. But the funny part is how he just maneuvered me around like a puppet. He just kept bonking and grabbing my head. I swear at one point, I could feel my brain shift in position. I thought it was rude of me to read or go on my phone while he was bleaching my hair. So I just tuned into my mom and the uncle's chat to keep me occupied like a podcast. Today's topic was, as usual, youngins nowadays and how they keep selling stuff online.
真的很难请人哦，很多人都讲哦，不管什么工作都很难，年轻不学啊，他们宁愿去网店卖东西啊。
Finally, I was all burritoed up and getting very excited. I felt like that one mob dog that I will never believe is real until I touch it in real life. Haha, blue, badadoo. Wow, vivid blue is pretty, but I don't think I would fancy it on my hair. So glad I chose blonde instead, and definitely won't end up having blue hair, right? Bada-bee bada-boo. Moving on, we let it sit for about 30 minutes like that. My mom went to get lunch, but I didn't eat even though I was kind of hungry. And I'm gonna use this moment to explain why I will never eat while getting my hair bleached. You may think it's silly, unrelated, absurd even, but I ask for only a moment of your ears. I don't want to eat while burritoed up because I don't want to take a shit while burritoed up. Eating makes you want to shit. It is just the natural law of the body. And if I need to shit, I need to go to the toilet to do so. I mean, I don't have to, but it would be very unpleasant for everyone involved. Anyways, imagine this, okay? The aluminium foils, they aren't glued on. They are held together by just light folds and the bleach inside. So it is very normal for them to just fall off. So imagine, you're taking a shit, yeah? And the foil falls into the toilet. Do you fish it out? No, you don't. Because are you gonna put shitty aluminum foil in your hair? You wouldn't. And then you can't flush. Because if you flush the aluminum foil, it's going to clog. And then you're going to have to tell the uncle that you clogged the toilet because you flushed an aluminum foil down. And then you're thinking, okay, what if I just reach in, take it out and throw it away? That's a great idea. You know, I thought about that idea. Unfortunately, there is a flaw to that idea. Toilets in these types of salons, they don't look like this. They look like this. You're gonna reach your hand down there in that deep hole. You know I'm right. My brain does everything in its power to avoid any chance of an awkward experience. Oh, and would you look at that? The 10 minutes are over and it's time to reapply the bleach. He tied my hair into these little Wendy braids in order to mark out which places didn't have the stripes, and I was feeling really confident in the end product. It was time for me to bring out my other source of entertainment to show my mother and the uncle that youngins these days aren't just laze around, eat hot chip and iPhone. No, I was venturing into the world of fine literature. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Getaway. My mom was bored, so the uncle also managed to somehow persuade her to get her hair cut pretty short for the first time in years. I wanted to see the change too, so I encouraged it.
这样还 OK 啦，妈咪帮我带够钱了，你花了多少钱？
This is how it looked like at the end. Personally, I think it was really cute and lifted her face in general. Finally, I could get the bleach off and it was time to apply color. I actually really liked the blonde by itself already. Maybe if it was a little bit less yellow, it would have been perfect. But seeing this made me super excited for the final product. He got out the colors, which looked like a fat shit made by The Simpsons, by the way, and it was time to get to working. Now, here's some context. This scene played out, and it's super important in my head. My mom took a look at my bleached hair and was worried there were too many strands bleached, so she had this interaction with the uncle. Hey, isn't this a lot? Like, kinda way too much? Yeah, he shot my mom with a hairdryer, but all in good fun. It did lead to him suggesting though that I could use gray on my bang area, so it would look like a cool, subtle double color moment. And he told me beforehand that the gray had blue undertones, and then he said it wouldn't look too blue, it would be a nice little ashy gray color, and that this was a very popular color among the youngins nowadays. And you know me, I love trends because I have no own sense of aesthetic. So I agreed, and I wanted to give it a shot. Might have been a mistake, but you will see later. I was like, you know, he's experienced, he's had years of hairstylist knowledge. I'm gonna put my faith in this guy. If Uncle says it will look good, I'll give it a shot. Now here, okay, my mom was starting to get worried because it looked a bit purple. And I was like, no, it's fine. The chemical molecules will turn it into yellow at the end of this. It won't be purple at the end. But then it started to get more purple. But you know, well, I may not be the best at science, but I do know chemistry. When I got my hair pink, the cream looked orange. So surely this will fade into a nice beige gold immediately after wash. Only one way to find out. Also, my god, this man has the hands of Hulk. Usually hairstylists like giving you a little scalp massage while they wash your hair, but I could feel him touching my neurons. And uh-oh, that's not a very light color. And uh-oh, what is this? My mom kept being like, it's purple, and me, an empath who can't even see it, was like, nah, you're mistaken, it's just the color corrector shampoo. It's blonde. It was not the color corrector shampoo. Okay, look at this, okay? Look how happy I was here when I had no idea the dye process was finished already and this was the end product. So compare this image of me before finding out with this image of me after finding out. So this is this is how it looks like. So yeah. Okay, I know what he meant. Basically, it has to be this dark before it can get to this lightness. It needs to take some time. I need to wash it a few times before it can get to this color. So right now it just looks like this. That doesn't mean to say I didn't almost cry in the salon. So now it just looks blue and purple. Bisexuality, yay! Very alike, as you can see. It's basically the same image. Okay, basically, I still trust the uncle a lot. I know he knows what he's doing. I just wasn't prepared, okay? It's just that at the time, when I didn't know this yet, and I was so excited to just walk out the salon looking like this, while my rational side kept calm, and I knew there were layers behind this, my dramatic side was about to kill myself. My mom stopped filming because I apparently looked so sad. Even with a mask on, the uncle could see it because he went from sarcasm to being like, hey, it's okay. It's gonna fade to the color you want. This is the healthy way of getting that color. And my brain was like, I want the unhealthy version. Okay, so this is the second day after wash. I might have been a bit emotional yesterday. In my defense, I am on my period. Again, I fully don't blame the hairstylist. If anything, I blame myself for not knowing about this process sooner. I cannot make a judgment about the hairstylist until I wait 2 weeks for this to fade like he asked me to. I'm just disappointed because I wanted like a whoopah change like all of a sudden. But it's like, yesterday you couldn't even really tell that I dyed my hair. I came in, my relatives did not notice a thing. They asked me, oh, I thought you were getting your hair dyed. And I was like, I did get my hair dyed. And they were like, huh, you went for pretty tame colors, huh? No, I was holding back tears. I was also sad because I wanted to do like the full reveal of this look in this video for you guys. And I was like, maybe I should just scrap the whole thing. And my mom told me, no, you should edit it anyway. Your pain is funny. And you know what? Now that I've had a day to marinate, I do think it's pretty funny. And honestly, this is kind of... Why does it look green? It is kind of funny. I think like part of my like big reaction could be contributed to the fact that there's this really big red flag in my class that has their hair in like that shade of blue from yesterday. So I think that added to a whole panic experience. Like I got a jump scare every time I looked in the mirror because I thought it was him. So this is all I really hope it lightens soon. I also hope you enjoyed my temporary pain and suffering. Thank you for watching. Bye!